Namaste friends, I am Jayalakshmi Ravichandran signing in on behalf of Magic Needles. This day I am here with pattern 40, for which I have used Hobby Store Special DK yarn, shocking pink with color code 5017.
This stitch is worked over multiples of 7 plus 1, and in the blanket also we are having multiples of 7 plus 1, so need not worry at all, this works fine to begin with. But in my swatch I am having 3 extra stitches, so I will adjust it in both the ends to begin with. Standing DC here. So 1 DC in the next stitch, I am adjusting 1 stitch here, chain 2, skip 2, one DC each in next 5 stitches or DCs. Chain 2, skip 2, 1 DC in each of the next 5 stitches. For the blanket you need not adjust any stitch because the number counts are fitting inside the blanket stitches. 301 plus 1, so that is multiples of 7 plus 1. Again chain 2, skip 2, 5 DCs. So continue this for this particular row. I'll meet you at the end over here. I've come to the end of the row. I'm left with 4 stitches, so chain 2, skip 2, one DC in each of the next 2 stitches. Row 2, in this the number of stitches will increase, but need not worry, we will adjust it when we end. Before we end we will adjust the stitches. To begin with, your DC, standing DC, one more DC here, no, make the standing DC, and then in chain 2 space you need to make 6 double crochets. Then we skip next 2 DC, and in the middle DC, that is the third DC, after skipping 2 DC we have the next DC here. In the middle DC of the 5 DC cluster or 5 DC group, we are going to make front post double crochet behind that. Then again in chain 2 space 6 DCs. This is the pattern repeat. In chain 2 space you will make 6 double crochets, and then you will skip the 2 DCs, you will make front post here, skip these 2 DCs, in chain 2 space you have 6 DCs. So you will be working only in the center DC of the 5 DC group and chain 2 spaces for this particular row. I shall meet you at the end. You continue this pattern. I have come to the end of the row here. I am placing my last stitch in the very last DC of the previous row. Turn your work, pull up the loop and make your standing double crochet. Then make 1 DC each in the next 2 DCs of the 6 DC cluster or 6 DC group. Chain 2, skip the next 2 DCs and 1 DC each in the next 2. and then you're going to work the back post double crochet in the FpDc of the previous row. So now we are working on the wrong side. Again 1 DC each on the next 2 DCs, chain 2, skip 2 and continue the pattern. You will not be working in the middle 2 DCs of the 6DC group, but you will be working on all the other DCs. You will be working chain 2 spaces over the center 2 DCs of the 6DC group, and in the front post DC of the previous row you will be placing your back post DC. So continue this row. I will meet you at the end of this row. I have come to the end of the row here. So I place, after 2 chains I have placed my first DC, now second and the third. Picking up this loop alone will be slightly difficult. Yes. Hold it and push it on the hook. Correct. So now for the blanket you can stop with this and make the DCs on the DCs and extra DCs in the chain 2 spaces, so that you have 302 DCs for your blanket. I shall make the DCs and get back to you. I have placed 1 DC each on every DC and in chain 2 spaces 2 DCs, but to adjust the total number to be 34 in my swatch, I have made only 1 DC each in 2 chain groups at 2 places. Rest of the places I have made 2 DCs in chain 2 spaces, so that I could adjust the number of DCs to be 34 in my swatch. But for the blanket you will not have any problem, because it is in tune with the number of stitches required. So you can ideally work the blanket as per the pattern instructions given below in the description box. So thank you friends for watching this video. I shall be back with yet another pattern in the next video. Bye for now.